The CEO is selling shares of Virgin Galactic. Well, this is something new, right? We are down for space another 3%, all right? With this kind of pace, I think that space is going to $6. I really will buy everything when space go to $6. The CEO is selling shares of Virgin Galactic. Well, this is something new, right? Haven't you heard something about that? Well, first of all, don't ever smash the like button and never subscribe. And for God's sake, don't smash that ring. Don't smash the bell. That's not a good idea on this channel, okay? So let's have a look what's happening on the space front, right? Just a couple of days, I got Saturday to be precise, and I didn't have the chance yet to talk about it. I got this email, okay? I got this email saying that there is some statement of changes of beneficial ownership, SPCE filling. Usually this kind of fillings are sent when people are selling stocks. So I was like, when you get this email, I was like, okay, who could sell stock, okay? Richard Branson, not, he really, sold a lot of stock already, so he should be good. Shamas maybe, is Shamas selling in this turmoil of the market? Then I was thinking, oh no, maybe it's Mike Moses, right? He's selling like almost every single month for tax purposes. And then I really wanted to know who's really doing it. So what I did was, I just clicked on it. Okay. And what opens is the website of Virgin Galactic. And then you click the small button here and then you will see that who's selling. Okay. And it is Michael Colglazer. All right. And I was like, wait a second. That's usually not a good idea when the CEO is selling. See, when the CEO like Michael Colglazer is jumping Virgin Galactic as CEO, he usually gets a package of options that get exercised as further he stays with the company, as more milestones he achieved, and so on and so forth. So many of this are obviously into the future. But some of them are, for example, when they did the space flight with Richard Branson, right? When they did the completion of the test flight program, whatever, right? So you can see here that he is actually selling on the 20th of January about 11,000 shares. That's, about 100K, right? At the price of $9.10. So what is happening here is, and he's still owning 500,000 shares, more 600,000 shares, okay, as per this filling. So then, further down is a small kind of explanation, which is always good because some people try to interpret it to crazy things about that. But you can see here, represents the number of shares common stock was held with the USHR to reporting personal tax withholding obligations upon the quarterly vesting of restricted stock units granted for July 2022. So basically you get the reason he sold, because he has to cover some personal tax. That's pretty much it, okay? So nothing more, so don't be shocked because he was selling. But still, with this kind of pace, I think that space is going to $6, and it would be absolutely fantastic. And you know why? If you don't know, watch this video where I talk about the $6 space and why I really will buy everything when space go to $6. But I will give you a tip. Look at the asset chart, okay? Look at the balance sheet. They're having about $1 billion in cash, and they are getting, with the recent raise, $500 million in cash as well. And if they go to 6, the company is worth exactly the same amount that the company has in cash reserves. That's pretty insane, okay? But let's dive into the stock of space. The whole market is currently smashing. It doesn't matter which stocks you are in, okay? Yesterday was a pretty brutal day again. And while I'm recording this, we are down for space another 3%, all right? And it seems like we are now heading into a very, very hard decision. And I will tell you why. First, see the following. So the highest day in the last week was almost, we touched the $10 again, okay? However, we sold off up to 21% in a matter of trading hours, guys, okay? This is Friday, this is Monday, this is Thursday. So from Thursday to Friday, 22%, guys. We touched $7.60, okay? Since then, we recovered a little bit, yes, 8%, but we are coming closer to this market cap of $1.5 billion, okay? We have currently a market cap of $2.141 billion. And currently, we are having today at least, not that great of a volume, all right? So 7 million shares compared to about 13.6 shares on average during this trading days here for space. And you can see here the following. If you just try to see like a line here, like a trend line, you can see here, right? If I follow this trend line, you would basically see that we reached this. Look, the trend line would start here, it will go to here, and it will follow here, right? So this means that it seems like we further going down towards this trend line. On Monday, actually, I did a very important live stream, guys. This is the thumbnail with the Nostradamus guys, and I explained why this kind of corrections are usually holding through, okay? They are taking a couple of weeks and sometimes even months, and they are just getting started with like 10 to 20%. As of now, we are down from the all-time highs. Let us have a look. Just 10%, guys, okay? So there's still a lot of room to actually go down further. And, you have to be very careful, because if VIX going that high, this usually means that, you see lower levels. So it's all about what about today's Fed meeting, and then we see what Tesla is doing, if Tesla, giving us great numbers and we are racing on those great numbers, or they giving us bad numbers and Tesla get absolutely crushed. So that's something that will give us a sense where the market is going, all right? For space itself, you don't see that much of, let's say, kind of indicators that, it can go much higher or much lower. It's really now dependent on the overall situation with what is going on with the Fed, what is going on with the market. Are we now staying in the correction, or are we moving to a kind of rebound? And again, for a rebound, we need much more than, just one green day or something. And this is actually one of the most difficult parts here where, okay, I see now a green day and now I run behind the rally. This is very, very, very dangerous, guys, okay? I feel that people are totally new to the market. They came to the market of 2020 and everything went up, obviously, and now the Fed is tightening and people are confused why stocks don't go up all the time, right? And why buying the dip doesn't work, and so on and so forth. So this is very dangerous, guys. And what you can do in this case is watching the following, which I brought a clip from Warren Buffett that gives you just a hint of great advice for you as an investor.
I never know what markets are going to do. There's never been a time in my life when I know what markets are going to do over a long period of time. They're going to go up. But in terms of what's going to happen in a day or a week or a month or a year even, I've never felt that I knew it, and I've never felt that it was important. I will say that in 10 or 20 or 30 years, I think stocks will be a lot higher than they are now.
I know you look at things like that, but I also know that you look at stocks and try to decide if they're fairly valued, if they're overvalued, if they're looking cheap at this point. And we have been waiting for a correction for an awfully long time. That's finally come. Do stocks look cheaper to you, just based on where we've come?
Well, anytime stocks go down, as far as I'm concerned, I like it, because I'm a net buyer of stocks. I've been buying stocks ever since I was 11 years old. So when stocks go down, it's good news, just like when hamburgers go down, it's good news, or Coca-Cola goes down, it's good news in terms of anything I buy. But stocks are going to go down. You could probably look it up as to what percent of the days, since I was born, they've gone down, and maybe it'd be 30% or something like that. And you can't predict what stocks will do, but in the short run. But you can predict that American business will do well over time. And just take the 20th century. Stocks went from 66, the Dow average, 66 to 11,497, and you were getting 3 times as much in dividends as the whole average was selling for at the start. And you had 2 world wars, and you had a Great Depression, flu epidemics, all kinds of things. American business will do fine over time, and if you own a piece of it, and if you don't beat yourself, the only person that can cause you to get a bad result in stocks is yourself.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the biggest problem, is trying to fight yourself in some of these situations.
Yeah.
Have you been buying more stocks lately just because prices have come down? Have you upped your percentages and other things just
We're
because?
almost always a buyer of stocks. So we have bought more stocks since the end of the year. But we earned 17 and a fraction billion last year, and we had our float go up 4 billion, which is additional money available. And so we're almost always a buyer of stocks, and we're a more aggressive buyer when they're going down. I mean, I feel much better when they're going down, but it's hard to think of very many months when we haven't been a net buyer of stocks.